Tolkien, the movie. This time it's for real. This is exciting. Somebody shared this movie with me. It could be really great. Tolkien's an interesting person. I enjoy his books. I think as his life went on, he got more and more distrusting of the government. But his books in general kind of have this, as many of you know, I have a tendency to be somewhat libertarian. I don't have to. If you want to know, if you care to know, you can ask me about it. I think that power has a tendency to corrupt, and that's kind of the message of the Lord of the Rings books. There was a biopic about C.S. Lewis called Shadowlands. It's the love story of C.S. Lewis, who got married much later in life. And I love C.S. Lewis so much. I don't agree with everything he says. Anytime I read some of these people's writings, I'm like, I have to think about it in terms of the world that they were living in at the time. Not the way people, oh, it was a different time, that's why they're racist or something like that. They're not. Why am I bringing that up? Because it's 2019, all right? C.S. Lewis has this part in Screwtape Letters, kind of at the end, where it wasn't originally in it. He like revisited the mentality of Screwtape Letters, but he got real political. And he's talking about just how wonderful democracy is and stuff. I don't know. It just, it doesn't hit as hard because it's like, okay, these are just kind of his political opinions. It's like when I talk about my political opinions, it's like, Kevin, shut up. In C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity, he has a lot of stuff in there that I like. I think it's really fascinating and interesting. There's so many questions that I would ask him if I could, but there's moments in it where I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, right. Because it was right after World War II, it's right after Hitler. There's a lot of stuff that I'm sure shaped his mentality. Whew. All of that to say, enough about C.S. Lewis. I just think because they knew each other, because they were friends, they were intellectual peers, there's a lot to relate to between the two of them. Tolkien's an interesting person. Like, it was an interesting time in the world. A lot of weird stuff that went on. It's a crazy time to live. But this is a trailer of a movie called Tolkien. Let's just watch it and see what we think. Here we go. I imagine they won't get into anything political in this movie. Most people know the Lord of the Rings and
about journeys. The journeys we take to prove ourselves. It's about adventures. It's about potent magic. Magic beyond anything anyone has ever felt before.
This could be like Shadowlands, or it could be like that Peter Pan one that sucked. The thing about the Peter Pan one is they had to have made a bunch of stuff up because the real guy who wrote Peter Pan, not a great guy, from what I understand.
About what it means to love, and to be loved.
This slow motion dancing around in a field reminds me of that. See?
It's about fellowship.
Of the Ring. That's it. What is this, a trailer for ants? Interesting. Great idea for a movie. I will watch it. I will watch it so hard. I'm kind of a sucker for biopics. Or biopics, however you wish to say it. I'm gonna say biopics because it's biographical picture. So I think I would enjoy this. It just depends on where they go. They could go into some really interesting stuff, or they could just kind of hit the surface. Shadowlands was interesting because it's a love story, not the C.S. Lewis movie that you would think, but it's really touching, it's really moving, it's really well done. This could do that. It's a smart idea to do because probably doesn't need the special effects budget Lord of the Rings would need, but it would get those people in. What do I want to see in it? I want to see it stick to the truth. That's what I want in any movie. So outside of that, not a whole lot. It would be interesting to see his relationship with some of his friends. Some of the best parts of Shadowlands is just Lewis talking to the students and just being so freaking smart. Like, he's just really intelligent, and Anthony Hopkins kicked tail in that movie. Check that movie out at least. This one, I'm surprised they haven't done it before. I'm leery of it. I think that's why I'm being a little hesitant to say, yeah, this looks great. Because for one, there's not a whole lot here. And for two, it looks a little bit indie. From what I see here, this could be really interesting or it could be really, really boring. And I probably say that because of the Peter Pan one. And I can't remember what the name of that movie was. It's so bad. With Johnny Depp in it. It just wasn't that great. Finding Neverland, that was it. Bunch of slow motion, and it would kind of cut back and forth from the world of Neverland and his real world and kind of showing his inspiration. And this kind of does that in the trailer. So even this laying in a field and turning into the Hobbit and stuff looks like that. So it makes me nervous a little bit. It could be good. Or it could be bad. I don't know. What am I supposed to say? It's less than a minute-long trailer. But I watched it. I hope you enjoyed my video about it. I know this is a super short video, and I didn't have a whole lot to say. We'll have to see when we watch it, won't we? All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Good night.